What's up guys and girls, C Lopez back once again with another tutorialism. And first of all I want to apologise for how long it's been since my last upload. Those of you that follow us on Facebook will know that my computer's been in and out of the repair shop, it's been out of order. So this is the first music I've really made in about 2 months. So this beat I've made here is sounding a little bit rusty, a little bit dirty, but there you go. But anyway, today the video is going to be a lively up your bass, because the question that I get asked the most easily on YouTube and Facebook is how do I go about making my bass lines. So I thought I'd dedicate a whole video trying to explain the thought process and the audio processing behind what I do. Right, so this is the little loop that I've been working on. So at the moment I've just got a few drums kicking about, these chords here which is just some audio that I've chopped up, and the vocal which is again just a sample that I've chopped up, put a bit of delay on it. Right, so the bass, I've turn this off for now, I've got a Diva preset. It's called flat bass, and as you can see here it's just in the bass part. In the bass part of the preset sounds like this. The only thing I've did to modify it is put a little bit of delay on it. I'm just gonna delete this. So because I've already got chords here, what I'm going to do is make a bass line that fits around these chords. Now I know that these chords are in A minor because that's what I said on the sample before I cut it up. So I'm going to switch this to the keyboard view so you can see what notes I'm playing. So A minor, for those of you that don't know, but I'm sure you all will, it's just all of the white keys, so it should be fairly easy for you to see what I'm doing. So let's play the beat again. So the first thing I want to do is find which notes work with that simple chord progression I've got going on. Bassline is going to be centered around play going right, but during the A bit I want to play something a little bit more. So because I'm in A minor, an A minor chord is A, C and E. So in theory, where I was playing any of these three notes will work over that bit. So you can see how that works. I'm really liking the way that the E sounds over this beat. Too sure that the C is, well, the C's working musically, but I'm not feeling it on that bit, so I'm gonna play with the A and the E, and I'm also gonna play with the E down here, so an octave down, so I have these two E's. That's cool for the first bit. Now it goes to the B. I don't want to just stick with the B and see if I can find something interesting. Basically going to be my bass line. That sounded pretty nice to me. So I'm going A, B, and C. So really with bass lines, well, the way I make bass lines, I would just make them really simple like this, which is why I was always a bit surprised that people are asking how I make my bass lines. But yeah, the trick is just keep it simple. I mean, the only instrument I ever really learned how to play was the bass guitar, so maybe I'm just taking it for granted. The bass lines are easy because I used to play the bass. But another thing I like to do when I'm making my bass lines is I kind of imagine a bass player actually playing them. So I'm picturing in my head the way two fingers are moving on the strings down here and how the fingers are moving on the fretboard up here. So let's record something in here. I'm going to take my voice off for a second. Alright, so I apologise for my rubbish keyboard skills here, but look, I've got 4 bars in there. Let's repeat that round, see if that worked. So I'm going to click on fold here just so I can see the notes, and this note here, I'm kind of feeling like I should stay on the E for a little bit. Let's just stretch that note out a little bit more. The one. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the loop brace, right click on the clip, crop clip, which just gives us the 4-bar loop. I'm going to highlight all these notes and I'm just going to pull the velocity down. So you can hear on this patch, velocity is linked to the filter. You can see here. So by lowering the velocity, of these notes, I'm closing the filter a little bit more and giving it more of a warmer sound. Right, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go to MIDI effects, go to velocity, and just drop in the velocity MIDI effect. And now when I play with this drive dial, I can move the MIDI velocity of the notes up and down. So when I come to arranging the track, I can obviously automate this dial here and automate the velocity of the notes, so I can have them have a low velocity when I want a nice warm sound, and then when I want it to get more aggressive as the song progresses, or as there's like a chorus type part, I can just move the drive dial up. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Next thing I'm going to do is give the notes a bit of a groove. Now I've got this groove that I use all the time, this 16th shuffle, and I will make this available somehow. If you just follow the link below, I'll make it available for a free download. I'm going to stick this on. You're going to see it's real subtle. Well, actually I'm going to commit the notes to the groove just so you can see exactly what's going on. See, it's hardly moved everything. It's very, very subtle groove, but it makes all the difference. So if I zoom in, you can see this note here has come a little bit after, this one's come a little bit before, and this one's coming dead on, so on and so forth. So just undo the commit. I like to have everything in non-destructive mode just so I can see what shuffle I've got on. Right, so that's grooving along nicely now. So the next thing we're going to do is look at a bit of processing. So I've just got a VU meter in here, so that's not actually affecting the sound in any way. Just to show us how loud everything is. Good. The first thing I'm going to do is put a bit of compression on this. Now, so I've got this Pressworks, which is by Yuhi. This thing is still in beta development, so if you go to the Yuhi website, you can download your beta version for free, try it out. Maybe I'll do a whole tutorial on just this compressor because I'm really feeling it. As you can see, I've actually bought it already, even though it's still in beta. That's how impressed I am by it. So let's just try a few of the different settings on here. Right, that sounded pretty nice. As I say, I might do another tutorial on this just to go through all the little things I was doing there, which I wasn't really actually doing much. If you've ever used that compressor before, you will know that. So the next thing I'm going to do is put trusty old Lufticus EQ on. For you, those of you that don't know, you should know. It's a free EQ, totally quality. So as you can see, the frequency on these dials are already set. You can't change them, which I kind of like. So I'm going to play about with these different bands, see which ones sound nice on this bass line. Okay, so we're not going to stop there. I'm going to go in and add Reviver by Field and DSP. Put that after the EQ. And what I'm doing here is adding some third order harmonics. So I want you to listen to the low end on this. Okay, so to hear that, let's just add in some nice warmth around the bottom. So I'm going to highlight all three of these, group them, just so I can do before and after. Let's bring up my VE meter. Okay, I'm going to turn the output band down on the Reviver. So without, you can hear how thin that's sounding, and with. Alright, cool. So next thing I'm going to do is look at how I can automate this bass. So click on this triangle, click on configure, and I'm going to press on this delay feedback, and you see it's just appeared there. So group these together. I'm going to map feedback to this macro. Set the minimum back to where it just was before, about there. And I'm going to map this macros to macros 1 in here, and also the drive of the velocity and the MIDI plugin. Set the minimum to 0. So now when I turn this dial, I'm going to be raising the velocity of the MIDI notes, which is going to be opening up the filter, and at the same time I'm going to be raising the feedback on the delay. So actually I'm just going to turn that down just so it's just under, so we don't get constant feedback on the feedback. So now it'll sound like this. so that's just something nice to play back with when I come to the arrangement. Okay, so that's it for now. Lively up your bass, C Lopez, tutorialism. Peace.